I'm almost done writing my 4th novel.
Turning pages, keep turning those pages. Time flies when you've been reading for ages.
Hi, I'm Vanessa, an aspiring YA fantasy author, and I'm getting to the end of the first draft of my 4th novel. So I thought it might be fun to vlog the next few weeks of writing as I finish the book. For some context, I am currently in the big battle portion of my current work in progress, my 2nd book in my Chosen One comedy series. So all I have left is this big epic battle series of scenes, and then all of the wrap-up stuff, you know, closing off the book, preparing for the next book in the series, all that good stuff. My Word document is currently sitting at 103,075 words. And I'm anticipating needing anything from about maybe 10 to 12,000 more words, depending. So enough of the intro, let's get to the vlog. I'm so excited. I finally finished this scene that I've been struggling with for like over a week now. This is a scene where one of the characters has to overcome a certain obstacle in order to save another character's life, which sounds super vague, I know, but I'm trying not to give too much away. And I pretty much had some version of the scene in my head since I first started outlining this book. And I knew this was going to be like a really pivotal moment for this one character, but I didn't have any of the details planned out like whatsoever. All I knew was the feeling that I wanted readers to get from this scene. So it was taking me a while to figure out how to accomplish this huge moment. And I just finished the scene right now, and I'm so excited and relieved with how it turned out. And of course it's not perfect because it is just the first draft, but I think it's a really great foundation to work with. I did it. That was a long and stressful process. But yay! So it's actually like an hour later, and I just created a new document that was the kind of like an outline for the end of the book and all of the different scenes I need to have during the big battle. So I created a new version of that just because I didn't have the scenes in order of like when I want them to take place. I kind of just had listed the scenes out, but I have since kind of done some thinking and decided what order I want these different scenes to be in. So I went ahead and created a document that just has all of that out very, very clearly, and I'm very excited. I think it's going to really, really help me just like get it done, because before I would kind of be thinking, okay, where do I want this? Where do I want this? And that takes up a lot of time to not only have to write the scene, but also kind of work it out in the timeline of events. So I'm really glad that I just took that hour to do that, and then I printed it out. So all I need is this. It is my one-stop guide to finishing the book. I really think I could do it. It seems so much more manageable listed out like this. Also, that scene that I just wrote was kind of the hardest scene I have to write. So the other stuff, well, you know, there may be one more scene that might be difficult, but that was the main scene that I really didn't know like what was going to happen in it. The other ones I have are a lot clearer in my head of how to get them across. Yeah, it's just all very clear, and so all I really have to do is write them. You know, I watched that the second it popped up on Netflix. I love Blackpink. They're my favorite K-pop group. Blackpink in your area. Hello, it is the next day, and I am about to do a scene recording with my voice recorder and plan out my next scene. Hopefully this goes well. actually did 2 scene recordings. They were fairly short scenes, but all very important because every scene is an important scene, even just the transitional ones. Because without those transitions, your story is going to be a giant mess, isn't it? So I'm very happy with what I came up with, and now I just need to decide if I want to do speech recognition and get those words into my document, or if I should exercise. I'm thinking I should probably exercise because I have been sitting down for a little while. And also that way, once I've exercised, I can just spend the rest of the day working on my book or video editing or whatever other things are on my to-do list, and I won't have to worry about the fact that I haven't exercised yet today. So I think should I just like put my finger on my nose? Oh. So I think I've convinced myself that I should exercise. So I better go change before I decide I'm lazy and change my mind. By the way, these are my favorite dance workout videos. I love the Fitness Marshall. Their stuff is so fun, and it's like really gets me motivated to exercise because I don't like just regular working out. It's boring. So I'm really happy I found this channel. Hello again. It's actually been a minute. So I did my dance workout. It was a lot of fun. I was so tired afterwards though that I just decided to relax and do some reading. And then I was super hungry, so I had dinner. And now I am back and I'm ready to get back to my book. Only question is if my nose is clear enough to do speech recognition, because it was feeling a little bit stuffy. So it's still slightly stuffy. I don't know if you can hear it. I might give it a shot though. If it's not clear enough to do speech recognition, I might go ahead and do another scene recording, or I might give up and type. But I won't type this thing that I did my scene recording of because that's kind of pointless. I will type the following scene since I now know what happens in the other scenes. I don't like to type things that I have done scene recordings for because the whole point of that is to be able to do the voice recognition easier. It feels kind of like redundant to do the other way. But yeah, the only reason I'm super hesitant to type today is because one, yesterday I typed a whole lot. I was typing for like 2 hours. So sometimes when I do that much typing, it takes an extra day for me to notice my wrist being sore. I don't know if that happens to anybody else. Like you do so much exercise that you don't notice it the following day, but you notice it the day after. It's a thing. And yeah, also yesterday, the day before yesterday, I downloaded a new art program, which I'm really excited about. I downloaded my free trial of Clip Studio Paint Pro, and it's amazing. But I was drawing for a while. So I noticed that yesterday when I put my wrist braces on, like right here, it was a very strange spot. Was really hurting. Like I think I had my brace on too tight. So I'm trying not to do anything where I have to tighten my brace too much. I feel like with speech recognition I can get away with keeping it a little bit looser just so that it's there for support if I need it, but it doesn't have to be super tight like it would be for drawing or typing. Or maybe I just need to loosen it a little bit. And gosh, this sweatshirt is so soft and fluffy, but it's so warm. It's like 10 degrees cooler on this bottom floor of the house than it is here on the second floor. It's already been 3 minutes of me rambling, so I better make a decision. My nose seems clearer. I might be okay to do my speech recognition. Alright, it has been done. So, my speech recognition was in a mood today. It was a struggle. Pretty much every word was a struggle. It could not understand me. I must still be stuffed up. My camera angle is weird. I must still be stuffed up. And then after I had everything in the document and I was, rereading it to get rid of all the extra words and weird typos and everything, I realized that the voice was wrong. Because this is a medieval character and I was writing it in kind of a modern voice since my previous scene had been in the voice of the modern day character. Because this book, has characters from the medieval world and from our world. So I sometimes forget to switch, between tones. Well, not really tones, but like styles and word choice styles. Because like it's more old timey when it's the medieval character, and a lot more modern when it's the modern character. So what I'm trying to say is I pretty much rewrote about 2/3 of the scene to give it more of a stylistic flair, if you will, which makes me wonder, was it even worth it then to go through the trouble of doing the scene recording by voice, transcribing it with speech recognition, if I was essentially going to retype like 200 out of the 350 words? I'm like questioning my choices now. But I guess one thing I will say though, as I was like transcribing it into the speech recognition, I was already like editing my word choice and making it better. And then after that, once it was all like in the document and I was editing it by typing, I went over it again. So if I look at it that way, the scene is basically already a third draft. Which means like it's pretty good. I really like it actually. I'm quite pleased with it. It's a very short scene, but like I think it's really nice and good. So there's that. It's a lot more polished than if I hadn't done those 3 rounds of, I don't know how the best way would have been to go about this. But anyway, I am tired now. And I don't think I'm going to do any more work on my book. It's kind of late. It's almost 8 o'clock. But I think I got a lot done today. So that's good. Even if I didn't get that many words, I still feel like I did more. I mean, I also, kind of came up with the next scene and everything. Yeah. So that was today. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow if I end up vlogging tomorrow. Kind of a dark, rainy day today. Oh, look, that tree's pretty. Can you see? There we go. Look at that. Nice colors. But yeah, it's raining and dark. Gotta get my space situated here. The truth is out. My chair is not actually pink. It's actually a gray chair covered with a pink cushion from an old chair that has died. And then a blanket on top of that because I don't like the gray showing. So it's the next day now. Yesterday I felt like doing all of my hair and makeup, all that nice stuff. Today I just can't be bothered, so that's what's going on. Look, I was trying to get out my headset and then this whole thing came with it. Figure this out. Oh my gosh. So today I think I'm going to give speech recognition a shot and try and transcribe that second scene that I did my recording for yesterday. seeing if my nose is clear. It seems clear enough. Because yesterday it was a struggle. It took me an hour to get 350 words, which is pretty bad. So anyway, if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna type the next scene or two because the next couple scenes are kind of short. Also, my wrists feel pretty good, I think. That's really all I have to say. It is done, and I think my writing went really well. I can't really say anything about the scene because this scene is like a giant spoiler for the book, but I'm really pleased with how it turned out, and yeah, and I wrote about 630 words? No, 645 words with my speech recognition, and so that I think is pretty good. Hello and welcome to a new writing day. So today I think I am just going to not deal with the whole scene recording, speech recognition, whatever that was. And I'm just going to write on my phone because the next 3 scenes are all kind of short scenes that I think I can get through pretty quickly if I type and not do speech recognition. And my wrists are feeling pretty good. So, but the phone's actually a lot easier on my hands because I use my thumbs and my injury is like the 3 fingers on the outside of my hand. So, I think I could probably knock these out in a reasonable amount of time because they are 3 scenes that are very short and they kind of just like switch point of view like back and forth really quickly. Just because for the way I'm telling the story, I feel like I need the point of view switches to get the most like reaction from these characters, you know, these specific characters. You need to kind of see how each of them feels, and like each of them plays a big part in these very short scenes, so it kind of has to just go back and forth really fast. I don't like to do that throughout the whole book, but for like key dramatic moments, I think it works really well. For the most part, I like to have slightly longer scenes in each point of view so it doesn't feel like too jerky, like you're going back and forth constantly, and you know, that can get kind of exhausting. I've read books where it is like constant back and forth, like with really short scenes between characters, and I think that honestly just works best for a short period of time, and then like more of a kind of not normal, but like traditional storytelling where, you know, you'll have several pages of the same character rather than half of a page between characters. I don't know why I'm going into that. I got off track because I did not pre-plan what I was going to say for this vlog clip. So that's my plan. Let's see what happens. First off, you probably noticed in that time lapse that my tripod leg came off. So what I was trying to come up with a way to hold my phone while I typed so that it was kind of braced high up and then I could type without actually holding the phone. I thought maybe I might be able to go faster if I could just kind of like tap my fingers and not have to like hold it, because the way my phone is, the screen is slightly too narrow to be really comfortable, but then when I turn it, it's slightly too wide to be perfectly comfortable. I was trying to figure out a way to get around having to hold it so that I could just like hold my hands in the perfect position. And I was messing with this too much and it didn't make it. but I think I should definitely be able to just glue it back together. It might not be as flexible as it once was, but I mean the other legs are fine, and this part is still like bendy and everything, so it'll be okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have mistreated you that way. Anyway, the writing itself went really, really well. Yeah, I wrote 2 scenes. They went great. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I didn't even have hardly any moments of like, what do I write? What do I write? It all just kind of happened. I had kind of had that scene in my head already, and I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but some other things even happened with it that made me really happy, and I think it's really strong. I honestly feel like I could keep writing, but my phone is down to 30%, so I think that's a sign that I should get up and do some exercising. It's also been like an hour and a half, so probably a good idea to stand up and like move around a little bit. Don't need to sit in one place for too long. So that's what I'm gonna do, and maybe I'll get back to writing. I don't know. Normally after I exercise I'm really, really tired and need to just like kind of lie down and not do anything that involves my brain or my body. So for that I will do reading. Because I only have about 40 pages left in the book I'm currently reading, so that's my tentative plan for the next probably hour and a half to 2 hours. I don't know. Hello! So I didn't film yesterday because I didn't feel like it, but I did end up writing 1 scene, so I think that is good progress. And if my whole look seems familiar, it's because I filmed the intro to this vlog actually today, just now, at the end of the week. The magic of editing, am I right? And it's actually the end of the week, so let's do my weekly stats wrap up. Get my notebook. This week I wrote 3,545 words, and I wrote 6 scenes. A lot of the scenes were kind of short if you divvy that up. And I wrote a total of 8 hours and 35 minutes with 50 minutes of planning / like making an end of book outline plan with the scenes all in order and everything. Also, I'm sure you're very concerned about my tripod. I did glue it back together, and I think it's doing all right. I actually don't know which leg was the injured one. But yeah, it stands up and everything, so it was a successful surgery. I'm actually going to look over the vlog footage that I've done for this week. I haven't even looked at any of it. And see how long it is. So if it's time to wrap up the vlog here, my document is currently sitting at 106,620 words. And I have maybe about 15 scenes left to write. The reason it's unclear is a lot of times I end up combining things because I realize I don't need to be 2 scenes, or I realize I've forgotten about a transition scene. So 15-ish is what I'm going to be going with right now. So I'm getting close. So if you've been working on anything, perhaps you're doing Preptober and preparing for NaNoWriMo, let me know how that's going in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next week. Bye! Hello. So I didn't write yesterday. Let's do that over. Hello. The editing of magic.